Hello everyone, my name is PGBanjo8008, and the entire month of January just flew me by, because if you could not tell by the state of my voice, I was actually mostly dead and laryngitis throughout that entire month. But that's fine because I have returned in February, the newfound passion for Minecraft. And also, newfound passion for apparently all the weird demonics ritual kind of stuff. Because down here, I don't even know why I built this. It may even be the intro for today's episode, actually. Yep, look at this. I built this little summoning circle place. This was fun, I think. This was a good project to embark on. I think it was a good investment overall. But you know what's really got me excited is that back here, if we go into our beloved Enderman farm that we constructed quite a few episodes ago at this point, we will now see that after a bout of inventive and clever research, the Endermen are back actually. They are spawning again. Thank goodness for that. And the solution to this problem turns out to be not having your game on peaceful mode. I don't know why the game was on peaceful. It was. And that's why no hostile mobs were spawning. So apparently we were just having a happy-go-lucky perfect time while our game was on peaceful mode, and I was just kind of too dumb to figure out what was actually going on. Anyway, we are also playing on the latest snapshot, which I believe is 23W06A. Don't quote me on that. It is, 23W06A. Which means that we have some new features. I think they're all still mostly locked behind the data pack thing, but there are a few things we could potentially look around at. And also, one last time before we get into things today, I think I already kind of mentioned it, but my voice is doing not good. I've been just waiting for my voice to sound better because I do not feel sick anymore, but my voice thinks that I am sick. And I've been waiting, and I have just gotten impatient. And so we're going to try and record this entire episode with the sick voice. You are welcome. Anyway, let's look at this little thing. In previous attempts to record this episode, I began building this. But I believe what this is meant to be is a library, and I don't have really any intention of working on that right now today. But it is here, and so it is potentially a project that we could work on in the future. Today, however, I do have a plan for today. We are going to be building a bee farm, and that requires, of course, all sorts of resources, and also knowledge of how the game works. So, here's our redstone. I think we're going to need some dispensers. More redstone. That should suffice. Okay, here's what I was looking for. These tracks combined with this singular powered rail should probably do something good for us. Here's our chests in which we can store our honey. And this is actually, okay, that's all we're gonna get. This is actually for our candle supply, because it is dwindling and I want to have an infinite supply of it. Okay, let's head over to the iron farm and pick up some iron so we can make some shears for honeycomb. I think we are going to be putting this thing right up here, right at the top of this, because bee farms do not take up very much space. They should be fairly easy to install. So, let's start off with our chests. Let's also grab a few hoppers. This is where all the wax is going to fall. So we're going to put the chest there. And then we're going to put the hoppers there, probably. That'll probably work. Let's see if this little system works. It should. It does not. make another torch. There we go. That's all powered again. And hopefully now it's okay. There we go. That is good. We can make this smaller, I believe. By just moving all of this stuff over one thing. There we go. Perfect. And now we need to put our dispensers along here. Except I only have 2, so I'm going to have to go get more real quick. Okay, these are all be our filler blocks. These are our beehives, right? So we have our dispensers along there, firing at them, and then we will have our observers here. Lovely. And then we will just go like so. And now when I delete this block, it did not fire. Why? Why did it not fire? Okay. Let's try this again. I am having more trouble with this farm than I thought I would. I think I can probably figure this out. We're going to take this. I'm going to take this dirt. We're going to pile it like so. And we are going to do this now. Now hopefully, yep, there it goes. Okay. And there may come some slight problems with having all of this being connected to one another, but I think we should be fine for the most part. Now we have the very basic skeleton of this bee farm that took much longer than it should have. So now we're just going to cover it all up and then go find the actual bees that are necessary to making this thing work. Hello, I wasn't expecting to see you here. Anyway, let's carry all of this along. This should be working fine and dandy. And there should be no bees escaping these facilities. Okay, it's not the prettiest thing, but it should do just fine. Now we need to find 4 beehives. I will miss this guy's presence over here, but he is now in a better place, working a 9-to-5 slavery job inside of my little place. Actually, I don't even know if he's even in here. What's going on here? And now, after a few rounds of breeding, this seems to have been a success for the most part. So now the getting out part, which never goes well in these situations. Look at that. They're having good times. Okay. What on earth, how did you manage to get out? Okay. Now all we have to do is go in there and shear. Put shears in all the places. And we should be good to go. Okay, so after some home improvements, I believe that the whole thing is up and running. I believe I had to bump everything back a block because inevitably that's just how some things work out. But I believe everything is up and running, which means that is my cue to go off and end the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. It's a short one today, I believe, unless sometimes I say it's a short one and then in editing I finish it and realize it was like 20 minutes or whatever. I believe this will be a pretty short one. I will hopefully get back to recording these again once I have more time and once my voice starts sounding better. I'm anticipating a large times ahead where I will be able to record much, much more often. So, expect some more of these in the coming weeks, hopefully, maybe. Don't get your hopes up, but maybe, hopefully, I am back on track. Episode 50 this year. Oh, we're getting there, I promise. Anyway, Goodbye. Until the next one, I've been PG Banjo.